It hasn't gone 0.1.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, Larry Chen here. I got my buddy Brian. We're gonna check out a really special car, 0.0 kilometer R34 GTR.
Yep, delivered from Nismo.
This is what I love about Top Rank. You come here and just look at this scene. Oh my goodness, R33, R32, R34, S15, A86. We're not here to talk about that. There's so many cool cars here. We're here to talk about the brand new car from Omori factory.
Nismo CRS. This is a car that we commissioned to have built nearly 5 years ago now. Right when the CRS program was starting to ramp up, we knew that was gonna be relatively popular. The actual first CRS is with, I think it's the first one, with Chrome Cars, who you met, I believe, in Germany. They have like a proto CRS, and that's from 2012. So the CRS program dates back pretty far, but just recently, they've developed the capacity to start building more and more cars. So I think they can do about 5 of them a year. So it took us a while to get this one, but we had ordered this one years ago and it just got delivered. So this car arrived in August, right before Monterey, where one pretty well-known sold. You and I were there for it. You covered the auction, and we were a little nervous as to how that car was gonna do at auction, but it ended up doing well, and ours sold immediately after. So this one is a little different from that one in that we went with the kind of classic gray from Omori factory. So this is the color that you get if you go with the default color. We liked that because, you know, the Nismo has a really distinct color on the R32, which is similar to this. The Z-Tune all came in one color. So our kind of hope was whoever was interested in this car was going to want that factory default color, which I think looks really, really good on that car. Some of the other ones that are out there, like yellow or purple or black, are going to look like kind of somebody made their car look that way, I think, in the long run. But having a color that's only available through the CRS program on a CRS is kind of what we were banking on as being like really distinct with this car.
Wait a minute, so let me get this straight. This was for sale.
This was for sale.
For $750,000.
$750,000, yes. What we
and then you just sold it.
We just sold it. Yeah, so the car is actually staying here in California. It's gonna stay local, which is awesome. We're delivering it to PPF tomorrow. They fully PPF'd because the guy's gonna drive it, which is amazing. We're doing California compliance on it also. So the car will be certified for California exactly like this, in this configuration. So.
Okay, and then why is it that this individual didn't just order one from Nismo? Why is it that he's buying this one?
Yep, so right now, if you order one from Nismo, you know, you are looking at 2032 before they would even start building your car.
Shut up.
Yeah, and then from there, however long it takes them to complete it. If you want to wait 7 years.
Wait a minute. So it's 2025
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
October 2025.
Yeah.
2032
is what they're estimating right now as an actual list. So if you call Nismo, they might tell you it's going to be 3 to 4 years, but actually, that's about how long it's going to be. It's a long way right now for CRSs. They can build 5 a year.
Is it just one guy doing it?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, they can build 5 cars a year currently. What was 4, now I think it's 5. Think of how many people in the world probably want one of these.
Okay, so then, can you tell us when you ordered this? Because you just took delivery of it.
Yeah, we just took delivery. We placed the order about 5 years ago. We ordered the car now. It was delivered to us. It was completed from the time of order to the time of like completion was 4.5 years. Time of delivery was 5.
But you guys had the foresight to know that this would go up in price.
Yeah, and also know that the wait list was eventually going to become eternal. Right now, what you're paying for is the ability to have it now. It's no different than when we did show or display on the R34 GTRs is you could buy a midnight purple one right now, you know, for whatever we were selling it for or whoever was selling it for, or you could wait until 2024 to import a car. And no different now, you know, I mean, the Nismo CRS program, the line keeps getting longer, and depending on what you want to do, the build process takes longer. We did some different things on this car that no one else really did at the time, which is more common now, but we did the complete chassis refresh and restoration on this car, which adds a lot of extra money. Had them touch the transmission, had them touch the diffs, brand new MFD out of the box. So
yeah, let's talk about the actual build.
Sure.
But I just want to talk about the fact that I've never seen a vehicle like this with 0 kilometers. How is that even possible?
Yeah, so by doing the chassis refresh and doing the whole package through Nismo.
And when you say chassis refresh, we're talking about down to bare metal.
Yeah, so they're doing the, like, kind of similar to like what we would do on a Built by Legends car-ish, you know, like going through, touching all the chassis points, resetting the car. It's not quite as in depth as the Garage Yoshida one, for sure. They will reset everything, and at that point, you have to break in the engine. We chose to break the engine in outside of the car to keep the car at 0 miles, right? And then when the engine break-in is done, it goes in, you know, brand new cluster, 0 miles. So it is genuinely like resetting the car.
I've been shooting so many cars for so many years. I've never seen this before. How is it that you guys just pulling it off the trailer or even from the port, how is it that it hasn't clicked over 0.1 kilometers?
We thought about this today. Moving the car forward for you, could it be the day? This car has literally not moved. It's been on a flatbed its whole life. Our whole idea was we wanted whoever bought the car to put the first kilometer on the car, right? So, you know, it's parked right there, and the furthest we've moved it is from there to here and back. That's
Eventually,
it.
you guys moving it back and forth, it'll click over 0.1.
Yeah, depending on how many times we move it, but that's it.
Well, we're talking about 100 meters.
Yeah.
0.1.
Yeah.
It would register.
Right. Yeah, it's never moved more than 6 feet at a time, really. You know, so
it makes it makes me wonder how many meters are left before it goes to 0.1.
Well, we're going to find out at some point, I'm sure. But having this done and completed is cool. It's a cool milestone for us as a company, obviously, to place an order and to do this. We've had requests for more. As soon as this one's sold, of course, you get all the people that were going to buy it. They're like, oh, I missed it, whatever, and now they want to order it. And that's how we're finding out what the real wait time is for some of these cars.
The thing is, normally when I come to Top Rank, I get to drive the cars. I had a chance to drive Paul Walker's car.
Yeah.
I think that sold for a lot for its time. Unfortunately, I'm unable to drive this car. I don't actually want to drive this car because the new owner definitely needs to put that
First one on.
0.1 of a kilometer on this.
But he's a cool guy, and I think he'll let you drive it, honestly, after. I'm pretty sure,
after. I'll drive it after. But I kind of just want to talk about the build itself.
Yeah.
It's interesting because it's even on right now. You're running it.
It's running, yeah.
So do you guys warm it up every now and again, or what?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we want to maintain its health, but you know, there's a lot to dive into. We have a spreadsheet that we did in Japanese and in English of everything that Omori did. All right, they gave us a booklet of about 14 pages of stuff, and breaking that all down, it's around 900 line items of things that we touched on this car.
Obviously, the highlight is the R4 engine.
Yeah, so the R4 engine is something that you almost cannot purchase outside of a Omori factory, putting it in a complete CRS, right? Engines have become difficult to get. You know, the way they build them is a little bit trickier and more difficult these days to source all the parts, so it's not there. The other thing that's really unique is you can no longer buy the factory airbox from Omori. It has to come on a CRS attached to an R4 engine.
I'm so upset because I would love to run that.
Yeah, they won't sell it, yeah. One thing that I really like, that is a small detail that I personally never even really truly understood, is this cooling panel for the R34 GTR. Always bothered me that this isn't connected.
Yes.
Right? They sell it like this at Omori. But it's because this piece folds into the cooling panel and completes it, which is really interesting. This piece is almost impossible to get, which is why you never see them together. You know?
Well, because this hood alone and just the front end alone, it being all carbon fiber, this is $50,000 or more now, I'm assuming.
So what, like this car next to us has the Z-Tune style fenders, right, in FRP, same as my car. Those are Nismo fenders. Nismo does sell them. But if you look at this, these are actual carbon, and we chose to leave these exposed with logos. Most people do a sticker. We did the exposed carbon behind it, and then same here, you know, to leave certain pieces exposed
Yeah, because this is basically all modeled after the Z-Tune stuff.
Exactly.
Is this updated at all? This seems like it's updated.
Yeah,
because it has wood.
It has wood. Yeah, they put a nice little wood piece on there to prevent scratching.
But this is a Nismo parts catalog car, and then some.
And then some, yeah. So one thing that's frustrating about the CRS program is that you can choose to do as much or as little as you want within reason, and everything becomes a CRS. So for example, you can do a CRS without doing the chassis refresh. You can do a CRS without touching the diffs. You can do a CRS without touching certain things around the car, which obviously can save you a ton of money. But Nismo doesn't document which cars get which, aside from giving you receipts for the work that you did. So you could have a CRS that doesn't have everything done, sell for the same amount of money on the secondary market as a CRS that does have everything done.
What's the specific name for this then? Is it fine spec?
It's just a Nismo CRS.
It's not fine spec or anything like that?
Just CRS.
Got
so
it.
fine spec engines were something that they did have, which were the final edition of a certain engine. But the CRS program, they give you a whole catalog, and you can search anything that you want. It's on a timer. You can select whatever you want or whatever you don't want. The other thing you can choose is reuse or replace. So we chose to replace everything. Every single thing that you can buy from Nismo that they can find, we replaced on this car. Every plastic, every clip, every nut, bolt, screw, everything. Some CRS builders choose to do reuse because they're like, oh, well, it doesn't bother me that it's not new. It's a huge price difference to do the reuse versus replace. But we have all the documentation for this car stating everything was replaced along with all the receipts, which is how you get to 900 items on that spreadsheet.
So then what's the power output for the R4?
I mean, we haven't dynoed the car here.
What do they claim?
I think it's around, man, honestly, I don't know. I want to say in the 5s. I don't know how the car actually runs in dynos. It'd be interesting to see if anyone has actually put it on. I mean, you know how Nissan has always been stating the power of their engine versus what it actually is, so.
I've only driven one of these, and
Yep.
It honestly just felt tighter versus everything that I understand about these cars. From driving my car even though my car's been refreshed, driving a Nismo CRS, especially one that's completely gone through, it's so crazy how much it feels like a brand new car.
Yeah, I mean, the CRS program is designed to be more of the motorsport version of the car. They also have the Restore car, which is more of like just getting a brand new car like you would have bought it back then, right? You can blend those programs now, so there's a bunch of weird stuff that Nismo's starting to do and allowing people to get one off. It's just not very well documented.
And because it stands for Clubman Race Spec?
Yep, yeah.
Let's check out all the other little bits. R35 brakes?
Yep, yeah, and the LMGT4 wheels, which is standard on Michelin Pilot Sports.
I'm assuming these are the 390s? They look like it. It's super close. The clearance is crazy close.
Yeah. No option to do carbon ceramics. One of our mutual friends decided to strip this brakes off and do carbon ceramics on the CRS that he's building just because Nismo wouldn't do it. So there is some people do modify stuff after the fact. The interior is really nice, like this kind of ultra suede Alcantara interior. You know, there's certain things that aren't available that they don't replace. Like the carpet is the original carpet that came in the car. They don't replace the carpet.
What about the door panels?
Door panels are left the same, so these are the original door panels.
But this is all new.
But this is new. They save this. They don't manufacture door panels anymore, so there is none of that.
So this was a 99 then?
This was a 99, yeah.
Because it's a very early production number.
Yep. Yeah. So we didn't know how early or late we were going to be able to import it, so we chose an earlier car to start.
The seats are so nice. Like, it's so nice to see this updated material. It's upholstered. I mean, it is a factory car.
Yeah, upholstered versus the seat covers, which the Nismo seat covers are very popular, obviously, but these are actually upholstered.
Look at the back. It's so nice. I cannot believe. So then they just, I'm assuming, took the original seats, redid all the seats.
Yep.
I'm assuming probably with new foam.
Yeah, they send them out and have all of that done. It's not something that's done in-house at Nismo, but they use a third party.
Little moisture packet.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. It's amazing to me how clean this really is. And I'm also assuming that a lot of the pieces, if they couldn't replace it, they cleaned it still.
Yeah. Yeah, and they charge you for everything. It adds up really fast. It's one of those things where every time you say yes to something, it just adds another line item to it. Our thought process on it was, while they're in there and while it's there, you might as well do every single thing that you can, which is kind of how we ended up with this level of car.
Love the Nismo gauges. I just cannot justify spending so much money
They're
on gauges.
insane, yeah.
MFD, so cool that they had a brand new one in
Brand
box.
new one, yeah.
But all of this stuff, a lot of people don't realize it, but Nismo still makes, or Nissan still makes so many of these parts.
Yeah. I mean, the idea with a lot of these cars is that you can buy a complete car from them, or you can go through Nismo Parts, or specifically here in the US, Nismo Parts USA. The little pieces you do like most about the car, and put it together onto your own car, right? It won't ever be a CRS officially from the factory, but you can buy all this stuff. Like, this steering wheel is in stock right now in the United States. They have 14 of them left. You can buy it.
But this is an expensive steering wheel.
$1,600.
Yeah, and it comes with like a horn pad too,
Right, yeah. But I mean, like, you can buy this. You know, in previous cars, like the 400R and stuff like that, they did similar stuff too, where at the time, if you couldn't buy the 400R, you could buy all the little parts. And I think that's one thing that's cool about Nissan and Nismo Parts, is that they make a lot of the catalog available for people who maybe can't own a CRS but want all of the little pieces.
It's also amazing to me that there's no radio here. It's like this block off plate.
Yep, nothing.
It's really simple. It's so cool. I hope the owner enjoys this car,
it
because
sounds like he really is, yeah.
it's going to be such a good runner. I can't wait to see it on the road.
Yeah.
So then let's look at the rest of this on the outside.
Yeah.
The paint, flawless. And I'm actually glad I'm seeing it before it's going in for PPF.
Yeah, it's an actual factory paint job, right? So painted at Nissan factory paint. So it's the same quality you expect on a brand new R35. The exhaust is incredible. I like it. It's so subtle, super nice. Has the Nismo tow hook on there that everybody likes. It's such a pain to install, but no real distinguishing markers on the back of the car aside from the GTR badge. Everything for Omori is on the fender. I think this car is incredible. I wish they could make hundreds of these, thousands of them actually. It would be amazing, but I understand the process just isn't there, for it. And if you think about it, this accounts for such a small portion of Nissan's business, like tiny portion of the business. You could make these all day and you would not offset the amount of like Nissan Leafs that Nissan is selling, right? So I think what's interesting is that despite it being like the most fractional part of their business, that there is still such like a pride and such a heritage and such an interest in continuing that thing going forward. But also you see so many enthusiasts lining up to purchase these cars. You have such a big crossover from people that are building Singers and Gunther Works, and we see this with Built by Legends too, that like maybe aren't even GTR people or JDM car people, they just have an appreciation for the craftsmanship of having something done at the factory, that just really, really want to own one.
I honestly think they need to scale up. I'll be honest, I feel like they just need to build these faster, because that's like revenue that they are missing out on,
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's a cost. Like, what does it cost to open up a larger part of the factory to building these cars versus how much money can we make versus how much can we sell? But like, if you think about it, what's interesting is that the reason a lot of cars stopped production previously in this generation was nobody ordered enough of them. The 400R, they only built 40 of them because only 40 people ordered them. It wasn't that they weren't going to build more. It's just nobody ordered them. Z-Tune, same thing. They built the number of Z-Tunes they built because that's only how many people ordered them. They didn't decide to just stop at a certain number, an arbitrary number of 21 cars or whatever. It's just only that many people wanted one. Now what's interesting is you have this line that's growing and growing and growing and growing of people that really want this car, but it's outside of the scope of their current production because they're not making this car anymore, unlike the 400R that was in production at the time of the R33s. For the CRS, you can do an R32, which is insane. The CRS R32 to me is like, it's the car that benefits the most from it probably, right? The R33 is really good also. The R34 is obviously like the one. But they also have, you can send your R35 to go through the CRS program. So at ours meeting in Japan last year, they had the 32, 33, 34, and 35 CRS cars. It was really cool to see them all together. The R35 CRS is a little different in that there's not as much that, you know, it's really great, but there's not like an R4 engine or something that goes in it, you know, and I think that.
It makes me wonder if someone is ever going to do a 400R CRS.
Yeah, I mean, so Rainick built the engine 400R, the RBX engine, and when I went to go visit Rainick about doing the engine build on my R34, they could still build the RBX engine. So you could do that technically. You could do a CRS 400R style build and buy the Rainick RBX engine from Rainick and put it in the car, which would be like a grail car, I think. But again, who's going to understand all of that, right? It becomes such a narrow margin kind of thing. I would love to see someone buy a 400R, take the RBX out and put an R4 engine in it. I think that would be insane, and refresh that RBX, you know, put it on a pallet somewhere and run a 400R with a modern R4 engine, and it would be incredible. But again, who's got a couple $1 million around to do that?
Do you have another one of these on order?
We're going through the process of building 2 cars right now that are already assigned to customers. After this car sold, we had one customer that was interested in the car reach out after the fact and be like, I feel like I missed it, I want to build a car. So we're going through that step by step with him right now. And then we have another customer that is having his car built with our assistance, but that was prior to this one coming here. So his car should be relatively done soon. They're putting the engine in it right now. So
what's the difference between people going to them directly versus going to you?
One of the guys that we're working on his car right now reached out to Omori directly, and they basically put him in an email with us and said, we'd prefer you work with Top Rank to manage this process. So the difficulty is that you're dealing with a Japanese manufacturer, right? The people that run this program are Japanese, they speak Japanese, everything is in Japanese. If you're not so good at Japanese or communicating in Japanese, you kind of need some sort of a liaison.
And is it part of it is because you guys, obviously the main base is based in Japan?
Yeah.
But also I'm assuming it's because you have to bring a car to them. You can't just buy a car.
Yeah, you have to bring a car to them, and they're very specific on the car they take. So like if you just go buy a car, right, and you send it to a Omori factory, they could say no. And now you're stuck with a car. And you have to go get a different car. So kind of what Omori has been doing is US buyers that are approaching them to do this to their car, they're kind of saying, hey, yeah, we'll do it or we'll consider it, but you should talk to Top Rank first and make sure you get a good enough car, because if it gets here and we say no to the car, then you're kind of stuck with an R34 in Japan that we're not going to do it on. And they don't make the exceptions, right? So that kind of helps keep people from ending up in a spot where they have this car and nothing can be done to it. The other thing that's kind of weird about Omori Factory is that they won't take in a car that's previously been modified by another shop. What that means is if you've had some sort of body modification done or you've had work done from an outside source, they don't really want to take the car in after that. They want a car that's closer to stock or doesn't have any history of modification or that kind of stuff. So you kind of have to be careful to know the history and backstory of all the cars before you send them to Omori, because you don't want to run into an issue, like I said, where you own something and now your goal of having it done isn't doable and you start over again.
And just to be clear, taking your car to Nismo is not the end all be all. It's not like you're gonna get the best car. It's just a different flavor, right? Because you can take it to Garage Yoshida, you can take it to a number of shops, but it's all different paths, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to do certain things. If you want a single turbo, 750 horsepower, top secret style build, then you go to Top Secret for that. If you ask Nismo for that, they're going to tell you absolutely not. We're not doing it. This is what you get. This is the car we build. You either like this and you can order from us, or respectfully, please go have it built someplace else.
Right.
And I think that that's kind of, again, you're buying their version of what they think the car should be as a manufacturer. And the whole reason the aftermarket tuning thing exists is that some people agree with that and they leave the car stock, and some people want to modify it in their own way.
Right, and generally speaking, let's be honest, if you can afford a CRS, I'm assuming you probably have other GTRs.
Yeah, and you can afford to modify it at any shop or take it anywhere you want,
Yeah.
right? And that's the thing. I mean, I know a guy that owns a CRS. He got it back from Nissan exactly like this and was like, you know what, I think I'm going to modify it. And it's probably going to go single turbo and all this other kind of stuff, which we would look at it and be like, oh, blasphemy, why would you do that? But again, you know, you were buying a manufacturer car and choosing to modify it after the fact.
All right, I'm about to start this brand new car. How crazy is that? Look at that. 0. It still has Japanese gas too?
Yeah.
You didn't fill it up.
We haven't filled it up. We started and ran it, but yeah.
The light just came on.
Oh yeah, probably need some fuel.
I did that.
Yep.
That's also 0.0, so that's what I mean.
Yeah.
It hasn't gone 0.1.
Yeah.
Dude, this thing has an interesting idle too. Like it.
Yeah, it's got some cams in it.
It's stout.
Yeah.
It's so quiet though. It's crazy how quiet it is.
Right. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people would think that it would be this crazy loud car, but I mean, as a Japanese street car, this car still needs to meet certain regulations and stuff like that for the road in Japan, built from a manufacturer. And I mean, in general, it's usually Americans that make the Japanese cars loud, not the Japanese.
This is interesting in that now cars are starting to come back from Japan.
Yeah.
So what's the deal with this?
Yeah, this is it's a GMC Typhoon. They're getting pretty popular here in the US again, the Cyclone and Typhoon. And this was something that was not sold in Japan, but somebody would have exported this at some point in its life for someone in Japan to have. And we just got it back. So it's a little rough around the edges, but
That's pretty cool.
we have a baby CRS, which is something that Top Rank Japan worked on with Sato and PDI. We built a mini CRS using GTT. Same color, same paint. Obviously we use TE37s instead of the LMGT4s, but has like a whole little like Z-Tune kit on it. It'd be funny to see these two side by side, but we used an aftermarket fender that is similar to the GTR style fender, so we could use the GTR side skirts. And then this is aftermarket, not Nismo parts, but all of this fits together super nicely from a company that we were trying out in Japan.
How much is something like this going for?
Yeah, so this car we already sold for 65, which is a good deal now. Immediately after building this car, got more orders for more of them. So we're doing another in gray, another in Bayside blue, which is kind of a cool idea. It's a less expensive way to kind of get, you know, the GTR look and stuff. And I think it turned out really good, super clean. Top Rank Japan did a really good job on it.
Yeah, it's something, if you want the GTR look, but you don't want to pay the GTR price.
Right, yeah, same with this one here. We bought this car this way, but this is a GTT also. And you can see like, so on our car, we did some things different. Like this has the widened fenders, but you can clearly see.
Oh, yeah,
it's an
that's
over
an
fender.
add-on.
Yeah,
Got
and then the side skirts don't really line up, you know, like
And
that one does.
You could tell it's an add-on because of this.
The gas cap. So
Yeah.
also still cool, but not as well put together as the one that we did, you know, that we're hoping to kind of continuously repeat.
Is that a real yellow S15?
Yeah, and a real yellow GTT. Pair of them.
What?
Yeah, both lightning yellow.
This is so rare.
Yeah. It's got a crazy wide body kit on it, but it, like you said, yellow is really rare, so we bought it regardless, thinking somebody was gonna want it. Yeah, bone stock S15 Spec R here. Almost impossible to find these days, completely unmodified. But this is a nice one. This one just sold. So he's taking delivery of it on Tuesday.
How much is this something like this?
48,000 for this one, yeah.
Honestly, not as bad as I thought.
Completely stock, pretty nice. Yeah. Dai's car finally leaving us. So this car will be at JCCS this weekend, and then the new owner will take delivery it from there.
What a great
take it
car.
home. Yeah,
I love this car.
That was a lot of fun to do that project for sure.
And what's going on with this A86?
Yeah, this car belongs to a guy who was living in Japan for a little bit, brought it to the US with him, and now he's moving back to Japan, so we're just shipping it back for him. So this car will be leaving us.
What a cool car.
Yeah, and we've got one oddball up front, which is kind of an interesting story, something that I didn't actually even know until after we got the car and started doing some research on it, and that's this top secret R34 GTT. So not a GTR. Obviously, we imported that top secret R34 GTR a while back, and we've had other top secret cars, but this one has no engine work done to it. It's top secret 2 bodyworks, which is kind of weird. So there was a point in time where if you wanted a top secret looking car, right, but didn't have all of the money to build the whole engine and do everything, Top Secret would build you like an aero car or something using their aero parts and stuff like that, that has the Top Secret look without spending all the money on the engine. So I think maybe they tried to like capitalize on the fact that people would want something that looked like their cars, and instead of ripping them off, you could just bring it to Top Secret and send it to their Top Secret 2 aero workshop and have it done. So,
Whoa.
yeah.
Signed by Smokey himself.
Signed by Smokey himself. Yep.
Smells like Japan.
Smells like Japan.
It looks like it was used as a drift car.
Could have been. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's doesn't have all the stuff that you would typically see in a complete top secret car, but does have all of the exterior parts you would see in a top secret car.
Very interesting
Yeah.
build.
Yeah, weird one. Interesting time in history for Japanese tuning, I'm sure. I don't think the dress-up shop is still a thing anymore, but it's cool to have the old sticker on it and kind of capture that period of time from us.
Is that a real active red?
It is, just sold it. Completely stock, never modified, active red.
This is so cool.
Yeah, the Pajero Evo. This will be joining us at JCCS also, kind of as a support vehicle. Really interesting car. They only built a couple thousand of them. Half are automatic, half are manual, but really famous for winning the Dakar Rally, I think 9 times. I think it is the most winningest, or at one point was the most winningest vehicle for that rally, which is absolutely insane. But basically it is what it is. It's a Mitsubishi Pajero, but the Evo version. So just like how we have the Lancers and Lancer Evos, this is the Pajero Evo.
This one's in really good condition.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
It's cool. This part is like such an interesting feature, like a really odd design choice feature, but I do like it a lot. It really kind of boxes out the rest of the car, and obviously the front fender is so much more exaggerated on the Evo version than a standard Pajero. But
I mean, this is basically the homologation special, huh?
it is, yep, yeah, it's exactly what it is, yeah.
But of course, the common misconception is that it's turbo, but it's not. It's NA.
Right.
Because when they think of, okay, well, Evo, it's got to be turbo. No, it's not.
Yeah.
Man, it's wide, huh?
It's very wide, very torquey to drive. But again, it's built for the intention of rally use.
It looks so good with those mud flaps.
Yeah,
What
it's
a great
really
looking
cool.
car.
I wonder if anyone has ever swapped a turbo Evo engine into one of these. That'd be pretty crazy.
I'm sure people have.
This car we just sold, really cool car. It's H3 wine red, has the kind of Nismo arrow on it that we typically like to see, but the big one here is the Nismo fine spec engine. So prior to the R4, like we just saw in the CRS, you had various versions of engines, so S1, S2, you have all of the R engines, you have the Nismo fine spec. So there's a fine spec and a fine spec final edition. I believe they built 75 of these engines, hand built, all numbered down here.
That's it?
Which is pretty cool, yeah. They think 75 of these and then 75 of the final edition for a total of 150 fines. I know one of our customers just recently purchased one, maybe 2 years ago, and he paid around $35,000 for the engine alone. Pretty sought after engine these days, but all Nismo engines are. We just talked about what the crazy wait is to get an engine now, so people are kind of going back and what else can we get, The S1 engine has been really popular. People seem to be seeking that one out a lot.
As always, thank you so much for walking us through the inventory. I literally made the trip down here just to see that.
It's leaving tomorrow. So yeah, I mean, I'm really excited that you did it, but also super hyped the car is staying local, so you'll get to do more with it, I'm sure, and that owner's really cool. I'll have to introduce you.
It's interesting to me because this is something that I talk about all the time. I literally have the same car, and you have the same car too, but it's not the same
It's
car
completely different,
in
yeah.
any way.
It's completely different. Yeah.
Completely different. Not
Yeah.
even in the same tax bracket.
Right.
But that's okay. You know, that's the beauty of it.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's cool because owning the base version of that car, like what the basis for the CRS is, gives us the opportunity to kind of go get all the little parts, right? You know, and I think, again, going back to what Nismo Parts is doing, making that stuff available to us to be able to buy to add to our own cars, so we can have that little piece of it.
I literally just went shopping right now just by looking at some of the things that I'm missing, including the tow hook in the back. I need that.
Yeah, the tow hook is a cool touch. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Cool. Thanks, man. See you later.